Good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am Melissa Joy, here to share a little bit of a chit chat with you. Hopefully you can hear me with all this wind and despite the crazy hair curls everywhere. Now, this message is for somebody who is extremely tender and deeply hurting in their heart, questioning, doubting, and scared. And it could be things that have riddled you for a long time, lots of suffering, struggle, unsurety, things like that. Is that you? Well, they came yesterday. It's Dragonfly Spirit, by the way. And they're talking about the realm of Insecta. And I was like, what? Okay, well, I guess I get to find out when you do. But my older son has been suffering what they call mental illness, but no one addresses the fact that he had multiple head injuries and the physiology of what was going on. The inability to communicate or to regulate or other things like that has been a byproduct. And so I feel like I'm in a conundrum, and without help, even though there's a steady part of me, like up here in the collarbones, this is the high heart, there's a steady part of me that stays in faith of like, wait a second, he's in there. You know, what support can we give? How do we do this? Is there anything I can do? He's 26 years old, and so I have no rights. And it's been challenging in that regard. So anyways, he ended up walking out the emergency room. He got overheated, whatever else. And they took him in to try and get his electrolytes up, but he wouldn't let them help him. And after 2 hours, he finally got up and walked out. And then he starts walking backwards, literally, for hundreds and hundreds of feet, and just goes off into the woods. And it's like, okay, haven't seen him since. This was yesterday afternoon at 5 something. So this is just an illustration, by the way, to let you know those things that boggle you, that literally you need help that exists beyond what mankind can give. You need something beyond even the realm of hope, like that over the rainbow type stuff, because whatever's happening is so pervasive. It's all these little things that have compounded to such a state that it's a burden. Think about it. If you pick up a handful of sand, is going to weigh so much more than a handful of flour. It's that weight of these little, because they're little rocks compounding and weighing you down and weighing down your mind. So that's what Dragonfly Spirit is here for. As I'm pulling out at the red light, I look because I'm just grieving in my heart and trying not to let it go in, the feelings to pour in and poison my spirit. And it was just this drag down, this pull down feeling. And I'm having to wait. And there's an empty field off to the right, out in the front of it, a large empty field, a few acres. And it's that late afternoon light, and it starts hitting all these dragonflies, golden dragonflies, and they're flittering and moving all about. And they're saying, remember the magic, Joy. Remember the magic, friend. Remember the magic. Dragonflies are a symbol of transformation. They're a symbol of stealth. They are literally one of the deadliest predators on the planet. They have nearly 100% accuracy of obtaining their prey because of the way their eyes see. They can circumnavigate, and they get into the minds of the prey. In this case, we're going to say the enemy, the confuggery, all this stuff that's working on you so heavily. And they can get the job done. One dragonfly, I don't know the number that they can eat, but when I start to perceive through and I'm looking at the mystery of thank you for reminding me to delight my heart, they're like, no, look closer, Joy, 0404. This is the systems coming into order to work on your behalf, to assist you, because it is so much bigger than you are, because you're so much greater than you know. You feel it, but it's time to know that you know. So there are gazillions of mosquitoes. I can start seeing these little golden dots in a flurry all through the center, and there are these dragonflies coming from all directions like that, kind of like swallows and purple martins will do. And they said, we are here to defeat the pestilence for you. We are here to take it out, to keep it in check. 0440, whoever's wondering there. There's a lot of divine order coming in. Touching my heart, friend. I love you. Thank you for still being here and hanging on. and still asking and seeking and believing, even if it's gotten all clenched up and frantic and whatever else. I could imagine what you must be going through. And they're coming in here to clear it out. Because what do? All the man-made things for mosquitoes and whatever else usually have to do with poisons going out. Battling fire with fire, that type of thing. Well, this is like the fire in the water. This is like destroying the scorpionic energy. And I'm not talking about scorpion. I'm talking about the poison, the venom that keeps the circuit of silence, keeps the circuit of destruction, keeps that circuit of what's happening. But they're definitely taking it up for you, clearing out the space everywhere you go. So remember to delight yourself. Maybe even print off a picture of a dragonfly. Take a photo of one and print it off, or draw yourself one, or just put the words up there, 0550. All right, now you're getting power, you're gaining momentum, because 5 is creatorship. It's bigger than manifestation, because that's, like infestation and man, that may have been how manifestation worked for you, because you've been trying 0606, whoever's wondering, and trying what other people say works for them, and they've had results and it hasn't worked for you. Because if you're here and you're a creator, that's someone who's living forth from spirit. Now, we all have that opportunity, but many people are more drawn towards nature and service and the well-being of all, kind of Jupiter, Sagittarian type energy. And if you're in that kind of vibe, that's what's going on here. And they're saying we need to move you into the thumb, into the creatorship, to take hold of this, take hold of your spirit, take hold of yourself, and awaken the magic within. Begin to inhale and breathe out your breath with power, knowledge power, of knowingness that every breath, all the particles that are in the breath are kind of marking your territory in this world. Now, what's powerful is, they said insect has come to battle insect. What has man still been battling forever and ever? Insects. Think of how they wreak havoc. Ticks, Lyme disease, just takes one tick bite, right? Fleas, how do you get rid of them? Poison and poison and poison and poison. You know, those lamplights might catch a few, but if you have an infestation, a man infestation, been blamed all your life, other people pointing their finger, ridiculing you, tearing you down, whatever, you start to grow, they chop it off. You start to grow, they chop it off. You start to grow, they chop it off. It's like a repetitive phoenix and a perpetual death. And you're like, yes, and it's hell death, because it is that infestation of things that bug you, harass you, irritate you. Get bitten by 1,000 mosquitoes at once and put 100 people in the room, all of them. And Sue, who's gonna be bitching and scratching and itching and whatever else, and then say, now go about with your jolly day, people. It's gonna be a shocking experience for many. So there may not be a lot of compassion in those around you, but there is compassion in nature. Nature is here to assist you. It is that thing that revives your spirit and keeps it full and abounding. So I hope you avail yourself to some nature. That's why I've been doing the channel out here and bringing some of it to you, to soothe your spirit, to bring you peace and to remind you who you are and where you come from. All right, I love you, friend.